Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to do a video updating how the ceramic coating is doing on the paint on this Evo 10. So I actually applied this just over 3 years ago in November 2020. It is now January 2024, so it's beyond the expected life of this coating at 3 years and 3 months. But it's actually still performing really well as of the last wash I gave it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And yeah, the coating I've used, which is, I'll grab here, it's Carpro Cquartz UK 3.0. This stuff is meant to be an 18-month plus coating. Usually people say 2 years. I usually every 2 years expect to strip and recoat the car, but surprisingly, this stuff has just lasted. It's still going strong. So I have been, as you'd know if you watch the channel, using a few ceramic details and stuff like that. G on wet coat and spray on rinse off sort of protection products on top of the coating to test them out for videos, but also to maintain the coating and increase the gloss and slickness, because I am a big fan of adding those products on top now. But it's been about 2 months, a bit over 2 months since I applied any of those products. And last wash, the wash before that, so it's actually had 2 washes since applying. It was Meguiar's hybrid ceramic detail, I think it's called. And yeah, that wouldn't have lasted any longer. So now we're completely down to just the coating itself. And I'm pretty sure it's still going to be looking great. I know there's a few spots, the rear of the car, spot on the bonnet, and some others which maybe have deteriorated a little bit. Also the front lip on the car and the side skirts are new items. We've got some newer ones of those fitted, so they have been coated more recently. But the interior, the rest of the exterior is just the 3+ year old Carpro coating that we applied. So yeah, what I'm going to do today is foam it down with Carpro's lift. So I've got that set up in the foam cannon, and then we're going to doing a contact wash with Carpro Reset in the wash bucket. So nothing crazy, just getting it back and clean and seeing how it is actually looking. So once I've done the contact wash, I'm going to then just sort of film rinsing over the camera with the hose, with the pressure washer, and sort of seeing how the beads are looking, how the coating is doing, and seeing if it's, because really this is the time where I'd be expecting to redo this coating, but there's no point if it's still looking as good as what it was. So yeah, with that said, let's get right into it and let's get the car foamed down. Okay, so I just washed the wheels. Now I'm just going to foam the car with Carpro Lift. Alright, so that's been dwelling for a couple of minutes now. Let's go ahead and rinse that off. Okay, we've foamed, we've rinsed. Now we're going to contact wash. So got the Carpro Reset, got my little favourite Carpro microfiber wash mitt. I'm just going to go ahead. Let's give this a nice gentle wash. And the car wasn't extremely dirty or anything anyway, so it's not going to need much. And normally I would foam back over the car before contact washing, but the car's clean enough, there's not really anything obvious on it. There was just a few bird droppings that I wanted to rinse off first, so we should be good to go. So the sun's coming back out today, so I'm just trying to be quick. All right guys, car is washed. Let's go ahead and rinse it and see how this is looking. So you can see it's still looking really good. You can see this one spot here though. Now I've been looking at that for a while and I actually totally forgot there was a huge bird dropping that we got here one day. And yeah, this is the day that my wife took the car to work. She came home and she said there's a bat dropping on the car. So I got it off as quickly as I could. Unfortunately, it really didn't look too great. So I had to quickly polish this little section here. That's why that section's probably looking a little bit more dull. But for the rest of the car, so you can see that roof still looking perfect. There's literally no need for me to strip and recoat this car even at 3 years, which is really surprising. Now usually the doors down the bottom and the side skirts specifically, but as these are new side skirts that are coated, they're only about a year old. So we normally look at those as a definitely spot that where things will fail early. But because those are new, we're going to look at the bottom of the door here. So you can see it's a little bit more shedding water. So you can see the top of the door still beading up really nicely. The bottom sheeting a little bit more, still very hydrophobic, and no reason for me to strip and recoat. But yeah, that's surprising. So I'm sure if the side skirts, the original ones were still on, the coating would probably be dead on those. But the closest we've got to that lower side section close to the wheels is the bottom of this door here. We'll continue rinsing, so I do need to get all this soap off as the sun is coming out. The back of the car is going to be the really obvious spot, so I'll get that rinsed first and then we'll have a look at it. So yeah, you can see from purely like the heat and the soot from the exhaust, the back of the car is copping it the most. The diffuser is a newer piece as well, so that's more recently coated than the paint. But any painted section of the rear bumper and the bottom of the boot, as I rinse that, you'll be able to see that the water is clinging a little bit more there. But still isn't bad. So this car is run purely on E85, so it doesn't get the black soot clouds that you would from 98 fuel or any other fuel that you're using. But yeah, E85 burns a lot cleaner, so this doesn't blow the black soot, because I mean, a lot of times Evo 10s, you'll see them, especially if white, the back of the car can be just covered in soot, because they do blow quite a bit. But once you're on E85, like this car is, it's not as big of a problem, so it's not as much sitting on the coating eating away at it of the rear of the car. But still, yeah, it's actually better than I expected at the rear. Doing better than mine is, which is only 2 years old, the coating. So yeah, I'm just going to finish rinsing this off, and we'll get the other hose out and we'll have a really good look at the bonnet again. So I thought I'd just get the normal hose out and mist over like I normally do in my panel tests, just so you guys can get an idea up close, just like I show in those same videos up close, just like still performing absolutely perfectly. There's no water sticking other than these sort of weaker areas, but for the majority of the car, this is what it looks like. So like super impressive, just insane beating still, and hydrophobics at the 3+ year mark now. I don't know if this is going to get to 4 years, but at this rate it's kind of looking like it. If I continue to maintain it, like even here you can see a little spot there, the water's sticking a bit, and then obviously there's this section here where I did have to polish to get that bat dropping off. But like majority of the car, still insane. And then let's just go back to the mist back over it. So for drying the car, this is the benefit for the coating. So here I have my blow air dryer, and I'll flick that on. We're at almost the max power. And this would be an example of drying the car. So yeah, I know that blow dryer is very loud, but as you can see, I didn't get in close everywhere, and we'll still go over the towel, but like just how quick and easy that is to blow dry the car. Then we can just grab our towel and just it'll absorb the rest because it's all beading sitting on top. The water isn't all stuck. So yeah, coating is doing really well. All right guys, well there you go. That is the 3-year update for the Carpro Cquartz UK 3.0 ceramic coating on the Evo 10. Now yeah, like I said, not a daily driver. Is occasionally little patches here and there, but majority of the time it has been garaged and driven, I'd say twice a week. But it does get dirty, goes to the track, goes up the mountains, gets driven hard, gets driven in the rain, so it gets quite filthy, but I just maintain it. I make sure the coating is always cleaned off, and I mean, in saying that, have a look at the state of my car at the moment. So yeah, I should have probably washed this one instead, but I do try and maintain the coatings the best I can, and with doing that, it's made it last a good 3+ years of this coating. So I mean, I planned on redoing this like mid last year, but it just kept hanging on. So now maybe I'll do it mid this year. I'd definitely like to do this when it cools down a little bit. It is absolutely so humid today. I'll try and wash this car. I'm glad that at least the sun wasn't out. But yeah, this has really impressed me. This is the longest I've ever gotten out of this coating by far. And like, so I know you can pay money to have these applied, but if you are experienced enough to wash clay and don't even have to polish, but if you just wash and clay and maybe use like something like a paint cleanse, a paint cleaner, where you're rubbing in, like sort of like hand polishing, if you can do that, you can definitely ceramic coat a car. Now I polished this one obviously because I wanted all the swirls gone. This paint was pretty trashed, like I said when we got it. So I made it look its best and then I applied the coating. But you can just wash, fully decon and clay a car and then coat it and you'll get pretty similar performance. So yeah, very impressed by this. That is where I'm going to end this video. Don't know if there'll be another update on this coating, possibly. I just don't see it lasting too much longer, like it's getting unrealistic now. But what I did want to say though is, you notice that patch on the bonnet that was not very hydrophobic I was talking about that I had to polish a while ago. That actually goes to prove, I didn't think of this, but that actually goes to prove that there isn't any topper currently on the paint. This is just the coating now. So the topper that was on there like 2 months ago has definitely worn off, or else that part there would still be hydrophobic. So yeah, very impressive. Don't want to ramble on any longer, but I wanted to show you guys just how well a maintained coating can do, even if it's a DIY job with basic consumer grade products, which is all I used. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. But yeah, with all that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.